Hey guys, it's Kelsey and I'm here with another real-time video. This is exclusive for Mercy Tiara's group for the Summer Inspiration Challenge, so I hope you guys enjoy. I will make it live for everybody else sometime next month if you're watching this on YouTube and not from the group, but welcome all. So I am going to do a mood board challenge. Full disclosure, I've done all 3 mood boards already because I have a problem and those are my favorite challenges. So this will be mood board challenge layout number 4. So I'm doing this mood board again. I love this mood board. I love all of them, but particularly this one and then the one with kind of like the muted tones. You'll see that one in the hop video later on this month. Or you would have seen it beforehand, I guess, if you were watching this on YouTube because you're not in the group. Anywho, I thought I would do it again. So first video, which will be on YouTube. Actually, I'm not gonna show you because Mercy Tiara peeps, I don't wanna give it away. But the first one I did with this mood board that you would have already seen was this one. So I used 1 Canoe 2 Goldenrod, and then this background paper was from 1 Canoe 2 Saturday Afternoon. I did all of this just like all the layering and everything was just with a 6x6 paper pad. And I was obsessed with it, and a lot of you agreed with me that 6x6 layering is a lot of fun. And I know that video was super fast. I really enjoyed the process for this video, so I kind of wanted to try and do something like this again real time so that I can kind of explain more about my layering, how I do different things, get more 6x6 paper used up. As you could see, and I mentioned in that video, these colors were a lot more muted than the ones in our inspiration, but I brought all the same colors in. So yellow, blue, pops of pink. I got my sunglasses on here, bicycle on here, beachy theme. So I thought I did really well. Anyways, I'm gonna jump into my second layout. So I thought it was pretty literal with my colors here. I'm gonna take a few liberties with this upcoming layout we're about to start on, but I still think I'm being pretty literal. So let me just see. I want to try and use the Wonder paper pad by My Mind's Eye. If you see at the top here, it gives you all these colors that are in the paper pad. And I was looking at them and they are kind of spot on. They're just more heavily on the green side versus the blue. But if you look at this mood board, there's yellow, there's blue, but there are a ton of greens in and amongst these photos. There's also a few pinks between the skin tones and this lady's bathing suit. So I kind of feel like every color in this paper pad is in this mood board somewhere. I think I'm just going to end up pulling out more of the greens versus the blue and the yellow. So that's what I'm thinking at first. I have part of this paper pad. I've got this, I think, on 1 or 2 layouts, but I really like it. I thought initially this would be my camping supplies for my camping hiking trip, but then Wolfpack came along and this was forgotten about. So I do have some of the die cuts as well. I've dug into these a little bit, but I still have most of the pack, so I have those 2 to work with. I figured again I would try and pull my 12 by 12 from Saturday Afternoon. I might change my mind if I can't find anything that I feel goes really well. But I'm feeling like all these colors are in here and one of them should go with this. And then I'm gonna show you now so that I have committed. Hopefully I won't wean me out, because Lisa sent me some things that I've been dying to use and have not been able to yet. One of which is the Wonder stamp set. So I was really excited when I saw this. You guys, if you know me, know I am a total wimp when it comes to stamping. So I'm gonna try and stamp at least one thing on here. And then I also have these really cute flare that she sent me. So I'm hoping I can get at least one of them on here too. Anyways, enough talk. I'm gonna try and jump into this because I don't want this to go on forever. I say that every single real time, and that last one was just ridiculous. So I think what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna go through the 6x6 and pull anything that I think can do the mood board justice. So that's just where I'm gonna start. Scraps, definitely anything yellow. I'm pulling this kind of aqua-ish color. It's a little minty, it's more on the green side, but I think especially if I use it with a true green, it'll look more aqua. Oh, they're double-sided too, you guys, I forgot. Oh, that will be useful. I'm even gonna pull this, like blue and green. I mean, really, this whole paper pad goes. I don't know how much I'm going to pull, because honestly, it would be the whole paper pad. So I think I'm gonna try and just pull favorites. Love the polka dot, the stripes decent too. I'm not gonna pull this one, that's more campy. There are airplanes on the back, and this is the Hawaii vacation, but I don't think I'm gonna pull that. Very camping themed. This one's really good. I might use the back side with these words. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it. You guys know I'm not shy to pull paper out of paper pads. If I don't use it, I'll just tuck it in. I used to be really weird about that, and I didn't want to pull it unless I was gonna use it, but now that I store my scraps in the paper pad anyways, there's already gonna be loose paper, so it doesn't really bother me. I do like the compasses. This was one of our hiking adventures in Hawaii, so a compass could definitely work. I don't care much for the polka dot, but I might as well at least pull it for the compass. I might need a neutral, in which case maybe I will pull in that beige and white. Night sky. It's not during nighttime. I could still use it. I love the arrows. I'm gonna pull that for the arrow side, because again, we have pinks in the skin tones and in that lady's bathing suit. Oh my gosh, I'm pulling and breaking it. Don't tear my paper pad. Okay, there we go. This is kind of hikey travel. It could definitely work. I kind of already have some other true greens. It's a nice grid on the back though with some yellow. Pulling it. Pulling it, pulling it. I layer so much easier with 6x6 pads because I already don't have to worry about cutting into a full 12x12 because there is no 12x12. I am going to pull this. I don't know if I'll use the scooter side, but I kind of want to, just to reference the bicycle, and it has those pinks in it that I'm trying to pull in. So worst case scenario, I can use the cloud side, but I kind of do want to try and use the scooters. I don't think I'll need this one. Are we starting over again on my patterns? Yeah, because there's the foresty one. I only have a scrap of this one, so I'm going to pull this one so I have a full sheet in case I need it. I think I'll leave that one. I like the stripe. I have a lot of these suitcases in the cut aparts if I want to bring in suitcases, since it is travel vacation themed, but I'm kind of thinking I want to keep it more exploring / hiking, because that's what it is. Ooh, I want the yellow, plus it has a little blue river going through it. How perfect is that? This reminds me a lot of this girl's little play suit, right? Maybe that's just me. I see it though. So I'm pulling it. Ooh, multicolored arrow. Yes, please. And there's a big grid on the back. So yeah, I pulled a lot. Okay, well, told you guys I was gonna pull basically the whole paper pad. Okay. Let me lay these out so I can kind of get an overview of my colors and patterns. And then I will see what I want for my background. About like that, okay. Background, this is the paper the photo I'm going with. I did do intentionally another 4x4. I thought about doing 4x6s. You can do easy layering with 6x6s with 6x4 photos too. You cut down the photo a little bit so you can at least get one mat around there before you start staggering off of it. But for the purposes of this, 4x4s are way easier to go about doing lots of layering. So there's a blue, but I kind of think like that clashes a little. I have some yellow here, but that's way different than that yellow. I really just want a background. These greens are all different. I really like this stripe, but I think it might be too different. I think I could make it work, but as a background, it might be too busy if we're doing a bunch of layering on top. I love the stripe in this collection though. I just want a neutral, solid color so I can layer all this stuff up on top of it. This one's fun, but again, it might be too, it might work, call me crazy, this one might work, but I kind of want something a little more subtle. It's that blue again. I do like the blue, and this blue, it goes so great with this mood board, but not as well as I think maybe something else can for the specific 6x6 pad I'm using. Oh, please tell me there's something. Hey! I think I found it. So I'm trying to get going before I start asking you lots of questions and talking and chatting and babbling. So I have a direction before I get sidetracked. I think you guys have noticed I like to distract myself. I'm putting this away. I'm going to try, I really just needed a background. So I'm just gonna try and use this. That's a really cute paper. I love One Canoe too. I love how painty it is. I never thought that that would kind of be my aesthetic or my style, but seriously, I love everything One Canoe 2, I realized. Oh, by the way, I do have my sticker book sitting out to pull in for finishing touches too. Because I'm trying to tell myself I need the second One Canoe hashtag sticker book because it looks really, really pretty. But I have to make sure. I've used enough of that book to where I feel like I can get the next one, but trying to really make sure I've earned it. So where do I want to start? I want to matte the photo in a few things and then just go haywire off of that. So I kind of want a neutral bold pattern and then like a solid-ish colored one. Like I could totally see the trees maybe being one matte, and then a more neutral multicolored, maybe the arrows or the polka dots. I wouldn't mind the stripe either, but I kind of want the stripe as a bigger layer. That looks really good though. Do I want the multicolored next to the photo or the solid? I think I want the solid. This gets a little confusing running into my photo. Okay, trees or compasses, guys? I'm gonna make that decision. Let's go with the circles. You can tell it's a compass, but I think it can kind of get confusing in some areas, whereas like this, I feel like you'll know it's trees, or won't be as confusing as cutting something like that up. Do I want to throw yellow into this combo? Like a skinny mat of this. This yellow, I think is gonna mess with me with this pink. But this pink is like, seriously, reminds me of this girl, because she's like tan and peachy colored and she's got that pink suit on. I definitely need yellow on this page though. I can't have this mood board and not do yellow. I mean, you could. If you're using that mood board and you do not do yellow, it's fine. But me personally, I feel like I want to have yellow on here. I just need to do it in a way that's not gonna look weird with the pink. If I did this stripe, where's that stripe? Oh no, it's on the back of the polka dot. I don't want to use that side. I guess I have scraps of the polka dot I can tuck into layers, so it's not the end of the world. Do you guys hate when that happens? Like you really need the B side of a pattern paper, but the A side is too pretty. Ay, ay, ay. Let me just see what that yellow looks like. I kind of do want a multicolored though. And I want the stripe to kind of be a bigger layer. Do I? I feel like it needs to be. Let me go back to what I had originally because I think I liked that best. My stomach's growling, if you can hear it. I'm sorry. Maybe when Marcus gets home, I'll take a break to eat and then come back, maybe. I like that. skinny green layer with a thicker stripe. I like that. Okay, I'm gonna do it before I change my mind. Miranda, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna be gutting a lot. I'm sorry. I'll try to not gut one thing for you, but most of it's gonna be gutted. Okay, okay, let me just get the branding strip off because it's not patterned or anything. I don't need it. Get off, Billy, here. Okay. So yes, I wanted to ask you guys where you are on the challenges. How many have you gotten done? Which one are you working on? Because I'm curious. Right now, I have done 4, including this one, 4 of the mood board layouts. And I think all the other ones except for the bingo challenge. I feel like the bingo challenge is always the last one that's left for me. I don't know why. That was the last one I got done. The last 2 seasonal inspiration series as well. And it's the last one this time. I don't know. I love recipe challenges. So I'm confused why that one is left over. But I will get to it. I just want a skinny border. Right there-ish. There-ish. Okay. These photos, this photo is not cut 4x4. I just realized that. That's definitely a tiny itty bitty bit wider. There's another way around. Oh well. You won't be able to notice. Okay, so there's that border. A chunkier border of this one. Let me glue this down. Hey, okay, Miranda, I am not gutting this one, just for you. Everything else is getting gutted though. You guys, my glue that I ordered in the beginning of July still is not here. And I just realized that if I run out of glue in the middle of this video, I'm gonna have a real sad day. I guess worst case scenario, I just run to a craft store and pick some up. I'm really trying to avoid it though, because I bought 40 rolls from eBay, because that's where I get my cheap glue, and it's not here yet. You guys, after I posted how much I bought and where and stuff, I told Christina to get some, and she put in her order after she put in my order from the same vendor, and she got hers already, like weeks before me. How is that fair? Maybe, I don't know how much she bought. Christina, if you're watching, how much did you buy? Because I bought 40 rolls. Because if you just wanted to try it and you only got a few rolls, maybe they just had it already. Maybe I scared them with my larger order and they wanted it all at once before they shipped it. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. I don't know. I'm just jealous. I'm just jealous that she got her glue already. 5x5. Okay. There we go. What's your favorite challenge so far? I guess I should ask that because I'm also curious to know which one you're most excited about and which one have you found the most challenging. For me, apparently, it's the bingo challenge. I don't know if it's because there's so many options or what. But also, Moira does a really good job of spacing out the tricky things, so there's not any one row that's like, oh, piece of cake. There's always 1 or 2 things that's like, oh, it's gonna be tricky to get with the other things. Maybe that's what it is, because I kept staring at it. I'm like, oh, I could do most of this row, I could do most of that row, but then it's like the 1 or 2 things that's also on the row. I'm like, no, I'm tricky. Maybe that's what it is. Usually the story ones are the most difficult because I scrapbook chronologically, and it's like right now I'm scrapbooking Hawaii, and if it was, I don't know. I don't even have an example off the top of my head, but say, oh, I got it. The challenge was to tell a story about a birthday. I mean, I don't think she'd ever do something that specific. But it's hard for me chronologically to do the story ones sometimes. So usually those are the ones I find the most challenging, because I'm like, how? Sorry, my alarm just went off to call in for jury duty. I have jury duty right now, you guys. It would have been long over by the time this goes up, but yeah. I'm recording this the week I have jury duty. So I set a reminder to have to call in, but I'm part of a case right now, so I have to go in the next 2 days regardless. So I guess I could have just turned that alarm off. I'm stuck. Okay. Yeah, the story ones are hard for me if I don't have a photo coming up that meets the requirement. I didn't want this to look exactly like my last layout, but we're oriented in the same way to where I want to put the photo the same place I had it in the other one. Let me just build and see what happens. Okay, peeps, so this is how I start my layering. Usually I will border my photo in a few mats, usually one skinny, one thicker, one like a solid-ish color, and one a multicolored that kind of will bring in and sample all the colors that will be in the other layers. So that's kind of where I want to start. And I'm actually really pleased with how well this pink matches. So that's kind of cool. Then what I do is I go for my scraps. You could cut into a 6x6 if there was a pattern you really wanted to use for this next step. But if we're layering how I usually layer and how I like to think, I usually will put my full sheets aside for a moment and look at what I have scrap wise. Because what I usually like to do is build out with a few scraps, and then this is where the trick comes in. Okay, so say I'm gonna use the polka dot. Once you have some sort of band, and you could do it this way too. I don't know which way you wanna orient your page. If you're scrapping with me, feel free to. But whenever you have some scrap, some band, something that is breaking up this distance, you then can have a layer that not only looks like this, where you only have this distance on either side, but you can cut it and stretch it to wherever your gap is, and all of a sudden this 6x6 paper becomes an 8-inch paper. That is the trick to layering up with a 6x6 paper pad. Don't put yourself in a box thinking you can only do things within this frame, because scrapping is one of those things you can cheat the system. You just have to find creative ways to cover up gaps like that. So I think I kind of want another solid, but I would not be opposed to doing this. I really don't want the polka dot right next to the stripe though, because they're both multicolory. Could do the yellow, but I don't want to use the yellow yet. I like the other side. I don't want to use this yellow stripe because I like the front side. What do I have to work with? I might be stuck with this navy. That wouldn't be a bad layer to start with. It's not as long as I was hoping for, but look how chunky it is. So you could really start stretching your layers upwards. Or I have the cute cloud. I could do the cloud print too. That might even be better. Or both. Maybe I'll just do both of them. Maybe. I usually don't inset them like this. I usually really like to stagger layers because I really like the look of all the corners. But that may be kind of cool just to start with before I get all really out there with layers. Kind of like how it's completely inside that other one. Usually I don't. That navy, I mean, I could totally do navy. There's darker blues in the mood board too. Not a whole lot, but let me take the navy out of the equation for a second. I didn't think the navy was gonna go, but it's in the stripe. So now I'm feeling more confident that I can use that. Oh, I also have the skinny stripe, but that's longer. Ooh, I might like that better because then it will go over the edge, and then I like having those additional corners. And if you really wanted to be nitpicky about stretching scraps, you technically could cut the cloud behind this polka dot and stretch it that itty bit. if you really needed that little bit of space more for some reason. But I am really liking this. So I think I'm going to do this on this side, cut whatever is going behind this layer, and then use these scraps to pull to the other side. That is, I think, how I'm gonna start. So, trusty dusty glue. Just going to start by gluing this down. Have any of you guys had jury duty before? Hey, Canadian people, or anybody not in the USA, do you guys have, this is a stupid question, I feel like I should know the answer. Do you guys have jury duty? Surely, or is that an American thing? I honestly don't know. Our schools really only talk about the US's judicial system and government. We really don't learn about anybody else's. So I'm kind of curious if you guys have to do jury duty. This is my first time. I got selected for jury duty junior year of college, but of course my college was out of state and out of county, and so I didn't have to do it. They just ignored it, I guess. I don't know how that works. But I guess you don't have to go if you're currently living out of the location of where your jury duty is, which I was at the time. I was living in Athens because I went to the University of Georgia. So yeah, I got out of it. And then I got it this month, so, which isn't bad. That's, oh my gosh, that's 10 years ago. I can't believe, no, it wasn't. That was not 10 years ago. 6 years ago? I don't know. It was a while ago, I guess. So it's fair. Yeah. How many days, if you were selected for jury duty, how many days did you actually have to go in? Because I went in yesterday. Yesterday was the first day. And I'm gonna cut like 1/2 inch off the blue. I think that'll be enough. I had to go in yesterday, and we had 2 cases, and I was not selected for either of them. So I got to go home at 11 a.m. It was amazing. I was thinking I was gonna be there all day, bored out of my mind. But I wasn't selected for either one. So I got to go home at 11, which was amazing. And then I had real high expectations because today was day 2. And I had real high expectations that maybe I wouldn't get selected and I'd get to go home at 11 a.m. again. Nope. Nope. I was not selected for the morning case. And then the afternoon, we had to go to lunch, come back, and then there was an afternoon case in which I was selected, so. Oh, and that is, they said for sure gonna last 3 days. So I'm in it for 2 more days minimum. And they said they should finish it before Friday, so I should get 1 day off where I can actually go and work 1 day this week at my actual job. Thankfully, they're slower this week because that's what I was worried about. I was worried that I was going to leave them in a rough spot by being short-handed. But yeah, I'm hoping I at least get Friday off, but I know for sure I'm in it for the next 2 days. So that's looking cute. I love starting my layers like this. So all I did was, you saw, I just cut whatever was just going to be showing, glued it to the back here, and then I'll have this massive gap where this scrap does not show. And I will just piece them to the opposite side like this, and that looks like pieces that are literally twice as long as it would. So yeah, that's all you do. That's all you do when you're using scraps or 6x6 paper pads. I was not a fan of 6x6 paper pads for the longest time. I was like, what's the point of them if you're not a card maker, honestly? And then what had happened was Moonstruck came out and I could not find it anywhere. And then finally I found a 6x6 paper pad of it. And I was like, no, I need 12x12s. I don't want this 6x6. But at that point, I was seriously thinking like, okay, chick, like you get over it. You're either getting the 6x6 paper pad or you're not getting this beautiful collection at all. So I sucked it up and got the 6x6 paper pad. And then once I kind of figured out how to use it and how I could work with it on a 12x12 page, then I kind of got the hang of it. Which I'm not gonna lie, it really helped me figure out layering on a 12 by 12 basis with 12 by 12 scraps, because it's the same principles. You're just trying to cheat smaller pieces to look like bigger pieces. So it was really difficult at first. I know I'm not the first one to come up with all of these, you know, strategies. I'm probably, you know, definitely not. But I figured if you didn't know them yet, I might as well share what I have picked up so you can have an easier time using them, like getting them out of your stash and replicating a similar style to what I really like doing, because I have so much fun doing this kind of thing. Okay. I think I can set my mood board aside because I have the colors. I'm not gonna worry about any of these icons yet, if I even do pull any of them in, because in that last layout, I mean, I had the bicycles, I had the sunglasses, like everything on this mood board was on that layout, the florals. So I think I'm just gonna set this aside and work purely from the color scheme I have with the products I have. And then maybe when we go to embellish, I will revisit this, but I'm going to set that aside for a second so I can just focus on layering and have more room. So have my little shelf, have a few horizontal layers. I might want one more layer before I start building out. Do I want another horizontal layer? Oh, I have the cute little scooters. Where would you go? See, this is at the point where I would really like an actual longer piece so that it could connect all of this and go completely from one side to the other, which you can do with 6x6 strips. You just have to figure out a way to where you're going to embellish over wherever you're going to strategically cut the gap to make it stretch. I don't think I've gotten to that point where I think I could make that decision though. But I think the scooters are really cute. They blend in with the background, it's the only thing. So I would need something behind that to distinguish this from the background, you know, like that. So I don't think I've gotten there yet, but that totally could be a thing. I actually do like the green behind there, but I think that's messing up the flow I already have. Like, yes, it's adding more layers, but I like how this is looking. I think this looks really cute. So I'm gonna leave that how it is horizontally for a second, and I'm gonna start working up. So if you have scraps big enough, what's on the back side of the stripe again? Oh, the suitcases. I mean, I could use the suitcases. It is a vacation picture. Excuse me. I don't want to though, and that stripe is so cute. I don't want to not use all of that stripe. What was on the back side of the navy? I keep forgetting. That was that color blocked one. Can I do the polka dots now? No, because I'm still gonna run into the same issue where I have it against the stripe. Not that you couldn't do that. I mean, you could, but I would prefer a solid. Okay, so in my specific situation, unless I go back with the trees or I am brave enough to do the yellow, which I don't think I am, I wouldn't mind the trees, but I have the trees as this layer and I don't know that I want them so close together. And the back side is very camping themed. Not that I couldn't use that either, because that green is kind of on point. Anyways, I'm not as satisfied with these scraps for the more vertical pieces, so I'm gonna go back to my full sheets and see what I want to use. So I like the grid, but it's a lot of white and the stripe has a lot of white. I want like a solid color to start stretching upwards so you can really distinguish it both from the background but from also this multicolored. I could do the compasses, but I feel like that color is a little too similar to this cloud and it's going to touch the cloud. I could do a different green print, or there's another grid, but I think this is also too white to go next to that stripe. There's the actual cloud print. There's the scooters, but I don't think I can do, I don't know. It depends how much I layer behind this to where it would be separated from the background. It's kind of cute, but I think I'm crazy, guys. Y'all yelling at me like, no, don't do it. That's a lot. I know that's a lot. I don't know how I'm gonna pull the scooters in this smaller size because it ends up looking really busy. Maybe I'll just use it as a strip somewhere. Maybe a strip of them just down here. But I think as a large chunk, that is kind of crazy and making me dizzy, to be honest. It's a little too busy for my taste. Not that I haven't been known to do that. Here's the text one. Again, I think that's too much to go right against the stripe, but I do like it. Still think that's too much white to go behind the stripe. I really want a more solid color. Oh my gosh, 2 yellows. Oh, I'm left with 2 yellows. I don't know. I don't want to do a stripe because it's against that stripe. Again, stripe. Oh my gosh, I can't do that. That yellow. Yellow's messing with me. I have this little bit of yellow in this corner of that stripe. Can't that count? Can't that count as my pop of yellow on this page? It'll be in the polka dot. Oh my goodness, you guys. I think my best option, if I really want a solid, is to go with this green. I'm happy. I'm okay with that. So it's not the same as the trees. It's solid. Let me just, for argument's sake, try the compasses. But I think it's going to be too similar to the, I don't like how similar it is to the clouds. That's one thing when I layer, I want each, whatever layer is directly behind or in front of the other layer, it to contrast. I mean, you can tell the navy apart from that. You can tell the stripe apart from everything around it. So that's kind of why I'm struggling with those clouds and the compass. But I do like the green. I can see the green clearly apart from all these other layers because it's not directly touching this tree. So I think that's what I'm going to start with. So I think I'm going to cut the branding strip off. How much do I want to show? Because I can stretch this a ways. Do I want to have my layers? I need to figure out orientation. Do I want this down here and build more upward, or have it up here and build more downward? I kind of want it up high because the photo is up high. Does that make sense? Like, this is another photo from on top of Diamond Head Crater, which is one of the extinct volcanoes on Oahu. That is Honolulu right there. So we're on top of this crater, literally at its highest point. And so I kind of want the photo at the top of the page. Does that make sense? Am I just weird? I kind of want it there. And then build. We'll see how it goes. Let me just get the branding strip off of this and start cutting. By the way, we did not, don't judge us, because we are doing the little hang loose sign, Hawaii sign that tourists always do. Don't judge us, okay? We didn't have a choice. None of us wanted to do that, and our photographer would not take the picture until we did it. So I just had to get that out there. That was not our decision. I know that's like a thing that all tourists have to do in Hawaii. But we didn't want to be cliche, you know. And I'm not judging anybody who does. It's fun. Get that one picture of the hang loose sign. I don't care. But don't judge us for it. I kind of like this as a square mat, actually. Well, I didn't expect it to like it as a square mat, but I kind of like it as a square mat. Let me play with offsetting it. The key to layering, other than what I do with my initial square mats, is to offset things. So I'm weirding myself out that I like a layer that's not the initial layer to be squared up like that. But I don't think it'll be bad if I decide, because then everything else I'm still gonna be offsetting and pulling. Why do I like that so much? Do you guys like that? My gut is like I don't know what I'm trying to say. I really want to not have it centered because that's what I usually don't like, and it's weirding me out that I'm liking it. If I offset it, then how are my other layers gonna go? I want to offset it, but I like it. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it in the center for a second and see if I figure out my next layer, if that changes anything. I'm just gonna sit it there for a second. You think about life, layer. Can I do my polka dot now? I'm dying. I keep wanting to do it. I like it as a square layer, you guys. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it before it's gonna be square. I'm gonna switch things up for a second. How much do I need around this thing? Just gonna cut like an inch around it. That'll give me plenty of leeway to have my border and to glue. All right. Done? Yes. Cool. All right. So I'm gonna glue this down before I change my mind again. Trying to figure out the best way to do that because I kind of don't want to glue it completely on the edge in case I want to tuck things in. So I think I'll just do a little bit of glue. A little bit of glue in just a few areas where I don't think I'll tuck things. Can I glue that? Oh, is you already in that area? I still have my acrylics on, you guys. I can't peel backing off with them, so I have to use my scissors. That's why I'm doing it like that. I know it's weird. Yeah, that totally is gonna work. And I'm gonna put this one over here. Ta-da! I'm really rebelling with removing them because I know I'm gonna go back to my short stubby nails until the next time I get them done, but look how grown out they are. Can you even see? I get them French on purpose so you can't tell as easy when they're down here. They're looking kind of rough though. Looking kind of rough. I just don't want to do the S&S powder. I really like my acrylics and I need them in my job. S&S, it's great. Has all of those amazing plus sides, but it still can't hold up to my job like acrylics can. Okay. Polka dot. Forgot what I was doing for a second. So then I just start playing which side I want to start layering things up on. I liked it how I had it on this side though. There's more of a substantial shelf over here, so I feel like I can layer up a little bit. But I do want to be careful because if I start layering up too much on this side, it's going to get really off balanced with the photo being on the left and then having all these papers kind of strangely get off. So I do want to keep that balance. So usually if I do add something over here, I also add something over here. So we'll see. I'm just going to get this piece down before I decide. I'm trying to decide how thick I want it because that's gonna depend where I cut it and then how much I can stretch down here. I kind of like it where I had it though. Do I want it even or do I want it off? I kind of like that where it's like skinny on one side, but I don't want it skinny at the top or skinny on the side. I like it better skinny at the top. Yeah. So give me a trimmer. Trying not to lose my spot because I have my eye on where I want to trim. Basically where that white circle is. Okay, cool. I'll go ahead and get, I guess it doesn't matter, branding strip can be facing up so it's behind the layers. So you're here. Back in frame. Okay. Polka dot and polka dot. So I like it. Okay, let's glue this down. I need to gut this part because that's a huge big chunk of a cute polka dot that's going to be covered, and I can't not. I won't gut the bottom part. You're welcome. But I'm gutting this top part. That's too much of a cute polka dot that was going to go to waste if I did not gut it. Now I have this whole chunk to save. It's like perfect tag sized. Look at that. What did I just do? Okay. I dragged all these extra papers in and I got really confused what was happening. All right, so glue this down really quick. There and there. Scissors. I'm gonna try and move quickly here. I said before that I really liked having either a sketch or a scrap lift or something to follow with these real times because it keeps me like on track and like it doesn't go on as, I mean, the last one went on forever, but I feel like I kind of do okay on time when I have a guideline, and I don't have a guideline this time, but I realized that last one I did that I showed you in the beginning that I did all the layeriness on didn't take me any longer than a sketch because I like doing this so much and it just clicks in my head what to do. So I was hoping this one wouldn't take very long, like, you know, any longer than the other ones because it makes sense to me. But I don't know. I don't know how long this is gonna take because that alarm messed up my time stamps. So I don't know where I'm at. Okay, so that's where I'm at, and I really like how this is coming. Oh my goodness, now I'm liking it kind of down here. I'm gonna end up changing my mind. I know I want it on this side of the page. One, because we're kind of facing this way a little bit. I mean, me and my mom are, and then my brother's kind of facing the other way, but still I feel like we're looking this way. So I want us looking into the page. And that's why I branched this out farther this way so I can build into the page, because that's just not gonna be a no-go for me. But now I'm like fighting with myself if I like it higher or lower, because now I'm liking it lower now that I'm building more. Next layer. So once I get a few of these bigger layers down, usually I might do one more in a bigger chunk, but then I do like to revisit my scraps again to see what I can build out now from here. Because now that I have these bigger layers, I can build out a few horizontal strips out this way with scraps. Don't necessarily like that one. Let me just try the yellow, because where's that yellow? Oh, it's on the back of the polka dot. I keep forgetting that it's on the back of the polka dot and I don't want to use it. I want to use the polka dot. Ay, ay, ay. I'm kind of, there's a layer that I feel like I'm missing now that I want to add, and that's a horizontal strip that goes either in front or behind this green piece, but definitely in front of the polka dot to kind of branch out and beef up this section. Because now that I'm building up, this is looking weeny. But again, we're working with 12 by 12, so it's going to be a little tricky. Could do a decorative punch in it. That zigzag, I'm thinking that zigzag would be really cute on this page. The yellow is just not vibing with this pink with me. Is it just, please tell me somebody that I'm not crazy. Does this go together? Because in my head, that's not going. I mean, this pink is in this collection with this yellow. But that's just, ooh, can't. can't do it. What else do I want then? What do you want, Kelsey? Can I do my scooters now that I have a little bit of separation? That might be okay. Do like a row of scooters, and it's only gonna go over the pink on the edges, which I also could do another layer. I don't know. That's that cloud background. Cloud background. I need to strategically do this so to have a gap though if I am gonna stretch this. I don't think I need that much. What if I did, let me just cut 1 inch. How much is this? Maybe I can just cut whatever it is this width wise and piece it together. Let me try it. How wide are you? 1 1/4 inch, no, 1 1/8. Oh, math. I am good at math, you guys. I know sometimes from my real-time calculations, when I say numbers I don't mean to, even though I meant a different thing. I don't know. I'm just gonna line this up and do this the easy way, because I always don't make sense when I'm saying numbers out loud, when I'm calculating in my head. There-ish. Okay. Let me see how that looks now. Okay. I like that width. Just need to tear this circle out though, it's driving me crazy. Okay, punch. I'm just gonna experiment for a second and just cut this and see how it looks. I love this punch. $1 at a garage sale. Okay. Come on. You know something kind of awesome though that I feel like you guys will appreciate? In the jury assembly room, where we have to wait for hours and hours and hours until a case is ready for us to, you know, go and sit on the actual jury, they're playing HGTV and I'm really excited about it. It's the small things in life. I can appreciate that they put HGTV on. Thank you. Because I was really worried we would just have to sit in a chair in silence, like just trying to keep ourselves occupied until, you know, it was time. So I brought a few books and, you know, I brought my phone and, you know, but they had HGTV on, so I've been watching Fixer Upper and what's that one where they, can't believe I forgot the name of it. They go to the antique craft whatever. Oh my gosh, I cannot even remember the name of it, but there's 2 teams and they each buy 3 pieces and they make them into something new and resell them, and whoever has the biggest profit wins. That show, yeah, that one was on all day today, all morning I should say, until I was in a courtroom. That one's always interesting to see what people do. I'm always surprised though, because sometimes they make stuff and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's like worse than it was before. And then it's like the first thing that goes for like a crazy profit. And I just don't understand. Maybe I just don't have good taste. I don't know. Don't have good style, I guess. Some things they make I just don't understand. And then, you know, I'm always surprised. Okay, so let me see what that looks like. Border punch, border punch. I might not even need to pretend to cover this gap up if it's tucked up under there in a way you really can't see the patterns interrupted. It's like just barely short enough. How much can I tuck under to fake this? That's kind of obvious. What if I try the other side on top? Oh, yes, that lines up to where it's pink on pink and it's not an intersected scooter, and oh, yes, okay. I love when I expect to have to figure out a way to cover up an awkward gap and then there magically is no awkward gap. It's really convenient. So I'm just gonna stick you to you and line up that chevron and the dots. Yes, yes. Okay, can't pick this up. Alrighty. That's straight. I glued it crooked. You guys, I glued it crooked. There we go. And get that glued so it's secure, and then we will see where we're going from here. I'm liking how it's building out though. I don't feel like my layers are done yet for sure, but they are looking up. I'm getting to a place where I'm almost happy, and then we can start embellishing, which hopefully makes as much sense to me as the layering does, because I feel like I can always get my layers down, like, you know, it just makes sense to me, and then I go to embellish it, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm liking this though. I kind of still do want something else so the pink's not on the pink, but if I don't think it's worst case scenario, because you do get this definition edge, like it doesn't blend in everywhere. Ideally though, there would be something behind that. What do I want? I kind of do want another horizontal piece. Can I try the yellow again? Am I crazy? Ask that 1,000 times already. Answer is obviously yes. I just did a little bit. I need to cut this branding strip off because it's getting in the way of me visualizing this. Just a little bit of yellow. Oh my gosh, that just doesn't make me happy. But I feel like it needs more yellow to balance these yellow that is in here. Ay, ay, ay. I don't know, guys. Yellow is just not happening for me. What else is there? So I have the text. I have a few grids. I can't with the yellow. There's that back side that's a stripe that's kind of neutral. It's that exact color though, and that would kind of run together. I do like that color, but I do not like that it's touching the clouds. That is the same color. Maybe I'm just being picky about that and it really doesn't matter. Oh. See, I don't like the white on white, but I don't mind this pink with this pink because this is a mostly white background and it would make this pink make sense. Does that make sense? I don't like how it's white next to white though. So that kind of means the grid is out too. The words kind of have a lot of things going on. Is that okay to me? Oh, that is so busy. I'm trying to, in my head, figure out how just a little bit of it would work. But that just gave me instant like, oh no. I do like the compasses. I still have the same thing with this on this, but there's not as much of it as if this was that layer. I did a little bit here going across. I like the compasses in the context of the thing too, because it is a hike. Like it's not like we needed a compass. It was a marked trail, but I feel like it's on theme. We're cutting it, we're gonna find out. I'm just gonna cut a chunk that I know will be okay. And if I have to make it skinnier, I can. I don't really care for the polka dot on the back, so don't feel bad about that. a decent size. I don't know. I do like that. I really, really love how this looks, breaking this pink up from this pink, but this proportion is looking weird to me and I don't know how to fix it. I don't know if I just make this skinnier or if I punch a border out of that too. It could look cool having the zigzag over the zigzag, which I've done on a recent layout. Maybe I just tuck it up a little more. But I think what it is this width looks too close to this width and I want it to be more, I don't know, but this width is the same as that, so I don't know why that's weirding me out. I'm just gonna cut it there and we'll find out, because I'm not gonna need that much on the other side. Just gonna cut it here. Let's just play and find out. That's cute. I like that, you guys. I do. But see, I'm gonna add this here and then these layers are gonna look too bare and I'm gonna add more there. That's the layering game though. That's what happens. That's why my layouts get crazy layery, because I add more here and then I'm like, oh, but it needs more here. And that's what happens. And that's what we're going for today. We're going for the crazy layery thing that I like to do. So that's just what's happening. If you are scrap lifting this or scrapping with me or trying to do something like this and you think I'm crazy, you can stop. You will not hurt my feelings. You don't have to keep adding. Wherever yours looks good to you, that's what you should do. If you want to do more than what I do, more power to you. Because I think that sounds like a lot of fun. But I'm trying to strike a balance here. Oh my gosh, my stomach just growled so loud. I don't know if you guys could hear that. I think that looks okay. Looks okay, looks okay. Okay, I need something else up. Do I want to do a whole nother layer or do I just want to tuck a few things in so it looks layery? That's another thing that I do with 6x6 paper pads with these little scraps. That's why, I mean, if you want to throw this away, be my guest. But I keep little pieces like this because sometimes you just need a little extra. Like if I cut that down a little bit and just tucked it in, boom, whole nother little layery thing. I actually kind of want to do that. Do I have any other ones that could do that too? Have this little scrap of this, maybe. Oh my gosh, I have a scrap of a yellow. Why do I even try? Why do I even try with this yellow? I don't know. Maybe if it's a little bit. Oh my gosh, you guys, I don't mind it when it's a little bit. Look. Oh, that looks okay. That looks okay. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I think Billy just got really excited and I don't know if he saw Marcus or not, or it was just a car that looked like Marcus's. We'll see. Find out. The cloud's upside down though, so I need to fix that. I think I'm okay using that yellow in little snippets. It's already in little snippets anyways, so I think it'll be fine. I just want a little layer here and a little layer there. I'm gonna cut this cloud at the end of this stenciled cloud. I'm just trying to make sure none of my corners are hanging off weirdly and that they look staggered so you can really get all of these different corners. That's the biggest thing with layering to me, is seeing all the different corners. I think that is Marcus because Billy is getting really excited. If he walks in, I might stop this and break for dinner because I'm getting really hungry. If you can't tell, my stomach is growling. And then we can resume. I want to see if it's actually him though. Until then, I'm just gonna keep working because sometimes Billy sees a cat and he gets excited, so who knows? He's not always the most reliable, but he really does. He is really acting like it's Marcus. Okay, you're going here. You're going here. I am hungry. I don't know what I want to eat. It was really embarrassing because We were sitting in the jury box and we were all being quiet and respectful and listening like you're supposed to, like a good juror. My stomach kept growling. I hope I'm the only one that heard it, but I feel like the room was so quiet and people are trying to, like, witnesses are on the stand talking and my stomach just keeps growling. Embarrassing. I need to do this yellow scrap first so I can tuck this over top of it. I'm so embarrassed. I was like, please no one else hear my stomach. I should have eaten something before I started this video, but I was too excited. I was really excited to do this for you guys. Really, really was. I feel like we're all official with exclusive content now. It's exciting. I can't wait. Can't wait for Scrapping Amy's live. I can't wait for Crystal's off the board video. We are getting spoiled this month. Okay, I cannot do this with my fingernails. I'm trying to tuck this tiny little piece behind here and it's just not working. Okay, there we go. Where are my forceps? There we go. I keep calling these forceps because they look like the forceps at work, even though these are craft tweezers. So if you hear me call them forceps, it's because I'm a vet tech and I can't help it. And they really do look like some of the forceps we have at work. These don't have any teeth on them though, which is nice. They don't dry emboss your paper accidentally when you crimp down on it. Oh my gosh, this little piece is so fiddly. Oh my goodness. I thought I almost had it and then it all came out. Stick down. Go where you're supposed to go, please. Okay. See, look, those itty bitty little tiny scraps add so much to that little layering detail. Because all this is going on down here and I think that kind of helps. I do kind of want something a little pink up here with this pink down here, but that might just have to wait for embellishment or something because I don't want to put a pink scooter up here. I have this scrap, but I don't want to do that. That's a little, I like the bounce that these two add. I think a third one would just be too much. What else do I have in my scrap pile? I have the navy, but again, I don't really want a third one up here. Let me just put it up here and look. Just see what you look like if you're tucked in. Oh my gosh, I can't. I might just have to give up because this is getting ridiculous. Fiddly strips. I think it would be fine if I wasn't fighting with my nails on top of fighting with fiddly paper. That's not happening. It's not worth it. I won't do that to you guys. Okay. I think I'm gonna start looking at embellishment. I don't feel like I'm done with my layering, but I think I've gotten as far as I want to here until I decide what else is going on, because I do feel like I need to balance this with something in the opposite area. And I do feel like I'm gonna have this down now. So now I feel like I want stuff up here. Let me open my embellishments really quick and just see what I'm working with. I might do my papery cluster up here maybe first, and then embellish and then see what I feel about these layers. But I just want to see what I have to work with. So another cute little pink scooter. It's so cute. I know there aren't scooters on top of the crater. I'm aware. But there are bicycles in our inspiration photo, and it is a travel theme, and there's scooters in here on other travel. I don't know. Am I crazy? You stop asking that because clearly I've given myself my answer. Okay, I'm gonna start throwing things I know are a no back in here, so I really don't need the campfire or the passport. I don't feel like. I don't need the marshmallows. The camper, viewfinder. I don't think I'll use the viewfinder. I'll leave it out, maybe, I don't know. If I really decide to be random. I don't feel like I want the suitcases on here. I'm gonna go ahead and say suitcases are a no with the camper and the keys. I'll tuck those in there. I have lots of arrows, travel-y sentiments, sunglasses. There's sunglasses in here, guys. That's perfect with the mood board, and all three of us are wearing sunglasses. And there's lots of cute little doodly arrows. Ooh, there's a word, trip. So I can incorporate that into my title. There's a bunch of trees and a camera and a compass. I'm gonna leave those out. I feel like those all have potential. I do like the sunglasses, I like the trees. Okay, so where do I wanna go from here? I put the stars out just if I wanna try with the yellow. I doubt I'll use the moon because again, it's not nighttime. Not that, you know, stars are night themed too, but I feel like I much more easily can use stars on a daytime layout than I can a moon, because stars are like hearts to me. You can put them on anything. I like this. I like it. Look, this balances the yellow up here now, and then I automatically, with those 3 stars, have 3. Oh, sorry, my low battery thing went off, so I don't know if that paused for a second or not for you guys, but I have my visual triangle with these stars now. I'm gonna plug my phone in really quick, sorry. Yeah, I like this. Okay, so I think that's looking good. I don't know if I'll need my scooters now that I'm doing stars. I do want to get sunglasses on here though, and I don't know if I can do that with these stars. Maybe if I do the peach one and the small star up at the top with some paper layers behind it. If I pull in some more of these green and aqua paper layers up here for a little embellishy thing, I think that could work. Yes, okay, so I need to make some decisions here. I think I'm gonna commit and glue this down to this bottom corner. That's just gonna make me move a little bit faster because it's done. I think I for sure like it up there. Or down there, I should say, since I moved it down. And it's just looking balanced this way. Having something up here just looks like it's gonna balance well. So I'm thinking, give myself a little room if I wanna add some more. Okay. So firstly, I do want to add some paper layers up here because then I can actually like glue embellishments down. So I kind of just want to make sure these colors and patterns are represented up here. I don't need all of them. But I feel like if I just pull from what I have scraps of and do, you know, a little clustery thing, it'll work. Polka dot. Oh, stripe, 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 stripe. Need a stripe up there. I don't know if I want the polka dot. If I have the stripe, I probably don't need the polka dot. Little blue piece. Do I need yellow? I don't want to do yellow. I'm gonna have the star up there. Isn't that enough? I think if I do these, make something, a clustery something out of those 3 patterns. Where's my cloud? I feel like I need that aqua somewhere too. I keep forgetting what's on the backs of everything. Help, what was the cloud and the compass the back of? Do I not have any of it? What's on the back of you? Oh my gosh. The scooters. I have a scrap of the scooters somewhere. Yeah. Okay. I'm not going crazy. Okay. If I want that. Okay, so I just need to do a little something here. I kind of want to mimic the same type of design. Like I have this blue strip here. I kind of want this cloud to be the next strip behind that, kind of offset in the same way. So I'm going to cut a chunk of this. Move those full sheets. I mean, not that big of a chunk, but like try and make it proportionally accurate. Yeah, just to start that little base up there. Yes, it's gonna work. This is why I don't throw away these little scraps, you guys. Right, glue. Here we go. Offset that kind of just the same way. Trying to keep that same proportion that's down there, but in a smaller version. That always makes me happy when I kind of have the same kind of thing reflected across the page. Okay, stripe. Let me cut the branding strip off so I can see what I'm actually working with really quick. Oh, that did not cut straight. Let me try that again. Okay. So I'm not worried about this side because that's gonna hang off the end. I'm just trying to look at my corners over here to figure out how I want this layered. And I'm kind of debating, since this goes like is on multiple sides, if I want to have like a piece of this top and bottom, you know? And then have like the green piece stick out a little farther. I'm gonna try that. Let me cut this in half and stack it and see what happens. Sometimes you just have to try it. You just have to try it. Worst case scenario, guys, you're working with scraps. If something goes horrible, it's a scrap. You can throw it away. Pretend that didn't come out of my mouth. But at least you're not, you're not messing up a 12 by 12 finished layout, you know. It's easy for me to experiment when there's not a whole lot at risk. I think that's what I'm trying to say. The moral of the story. Why did that not stick? Okay, so just really quick while I'm about to move this, I don't like that these corners are the exact same. It's too uniform. When I layer, I like it to be not significantly, but like I want you to be able to distinguish from all these corners, and it looks cuter. I guess it's a matter of opinion, but I like when they're not uniform. It just looks more extra layery to me when they're all different. That's the only reason I moved that down a little bit. I think I want a little more on the top. There. Okay. And then, is that going too much with the green? I want some green. I think it needs that heaviness that this has. Maybe I want the scooter. Where's that scrap of the scooter? Where did you go? There you are. Back side of the grid. That's why I couldn't find you. I think I just don't want to overhang any of these layers. I kind of want it to give the same vibe as this big green layer, but I don't want to make this too chunky or awkward by adding something clunky over the top, because I like how these layers are all laying, but I do feel like I need to have this pattern represented. So I'm trying to add it in without throwing off what I've already started. Maybe I just do it a long layer on the bottom and have it poke out a little. I don't mind it. I like the edges that this all has against the pink. I think that's what's throwing me off. I could do top and bottom with this one too, I guess. Maybe come past the stripe. I don't know. I think I'll just do that. I'll have it come past the stripe. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and make that decision. I need to clean this up a little bit though, because my edges were not clean from cutting with my other trimmer, because I have yet to replace the blade. Okay, I'm going to cut you here and here. should be enough to fake it. So I'm gonna keep that and stretch this top and bottom of this layer. I think that'll be okay. I guess I can always take it off if I actually don't like it. It does make this section blockier and bigger than I was initially anticipating, but maybe it'll be okay once I add stuff. I don't know, let me just try really quick. This is looking bigger than I was thinking in my head it was gonna look when I decided to put something up there. But those sunglasses are kind of large proportionally. It actually might fit okay. It's just making me want to add more here. Because that's what happens when you do the layering thing. Okay, so I'm gonna glue these down. If I take them off, I take them off. But I'm gonna go ahead and glue them down just because I think they're gonna end up staying. If it looks too off balance, if anything, I think I'm going to add more to the photo area, not take away from this area. So again, I'm just trying to make sure corners are unexpected, not equal. Just to add a little bit of fun. Oh no, I just shifted that and glued it completely just to this. That's not helpful. Come here, glue. Brain is starting to go because I am hungry. Send help. If he doesn't come home soon, I'm just gonna have to go get a snack. But whenever that happens, he comes home as soon as I've finished my snack and then I'm not hungry. Okay. This is so wibble wobbly because there's so much tape overlapping other tape and I need to do something about this. I'm pretty happy with how this is looking, so I'm just gonna commit with a few of these pieces of glue so it's more secure. I don't even know how to get all this off. Can you come off? Okay, I'm gonna secure this up here a little more too. Oh my gosh, I haven't stamped yet. Oh my gosh. That might not be happening. Okay. I was hoping that by showing you guys, it would put pressure on me to make sure to do it because I really, really want to. I've been wanting to stamp with that ever since I got it because I knew I had these papers and products to work and coordinate with it. But I'm just gonna have to see how this goes. I got carried away with my layering like I like to do and forgot about all the other important things I wanted to try and get on here. Need more glue. Just trying to secure things. This is just looking like a hodgepodge, but whatever secures all the things. Okay, so let me just commit and get this glued down. I want a little bit of pink at the top. I want the rest of these layers all to run off the edge. Okay. Can I salvage any of these? Yes, of course you can. Those can stay. These are getting tossed. All right, so ta-da! That's what we're working with. We're over an hour for sure now, so we're in it. I think that's cute, you guys. That is cute. I like that. Where are my other 2 stars? Maybe I was thinking I was gonna kind of do a lot of embellishment on this. I really kind of want to because I always want to when I have a die cut pack. But this is looking so cute, just like more streamline. I'm gluing this down. I already love it. I already love it. And there's not even a doily on here. You guys, do I need a doily? I really want to put a doily on here too. I realize it's missing one, and now I can't look at it without it having one. But at the same time, I liked it before I realized that, so maybe I'll be okay. I don't know. Everything's always better with a doily in most cases. I might just have to grab one and play with it. But I'm kind of liking how it looks now. I like seeing all those corners, and doilies are really, really great for rounding off when you do get really boxy, which I mean, this is kind of boxy. I can totally see a doily here with my embellishment cluster. I can see one up here to kind of round it off a little bit, but I'm kind of liking all the angles and all the corners. So I don't know if I want to round it off or compensate at all. I kind of like all the corners. Okay. Star. So I have my yellow up here. I got some yellows here. What do I even want to title this? Honestly, I don't feel compelled to really title this because there's a few pages from this hike. I know you guys have already seen one of them. I think you've already seen one of them. Anyways, this trip's going to be in this thing. This whole hike is explained on another page. So I kind of, and the title, like the Diamond Head Crater, whatever, it's all on another page. So don't feel really compelled to have to. I am kind of wanting to get this trip on here somehow, but I need something else with that. Like that would be a partial title. Oh my gosh, there's another star. You were hiding. I don't need another star though, unless I paired it with another one, but I don't want to put it in a separate place because like say I put it up here by the title, like all of a sudden there's 4 areas and that just, it messes up my visual triangle and I can't. I could pair it with another star and so it reads as one area, or I could just save a star for another layout. Or I could save a bigger star and put a smaller star. I kind of like the big ones though. I kind of like how these big ones are framing the photo. So I might double it up with 1 star and do something else with this one. I don't know. Do I want the trip up here? I need to decide if I want the trip. And if I do, I need another piece of the title so that it makes sense. It could be hiking trip. See, I don't know if I want to fight to find letters either right now. Because I already don't have a lot of white. I have some big white ones, but I kind of want them to be small. I don't have any small ones that could really go easily with that. I don't think I need it, guys. I do kind of, I mean, I do like how it looks. I like how that looks as a design aspect, but as a title, it's not enough. And I don't want to have to fight to figure out how to make the title work. So it's a practical title with having the design aspect of having it up there. Does that make sense? I got some arrows I could play with. I really don't feel like I need to though. I'm looking at all this cute stuff over here and wanting to use it just because I like it. It's cute. But like, honestly, I'm trying to look at this page like without getting distracted and I'm liking it. I really am disappointed in myself because I wanted to be brave. I wanted to be brave for you guys. I wanted to stamp on a real-time video and for you guys to be proud of me. But these flare are really cute too. I at least get a flare on here. I feel like these stars are kind of resembling my areas though, and the same when I was gonna put like a 4th star in a separate area, I don't want it to throw off my visual triangle. And I feel like it will. I want it. Look how perfect it goes though. It goes so perfect. Lisa knew what she was doing. She knew what she was doing when she sent me these things, and I really want to use them together because look how perfectly it goes, but it's going to mess up my visual triangle. Ooh, I just threw that star. Oh, that's so stinking cute. I want it, but I just feel like it's gonna throw off my visual triangle. I will use it for sure with this collection. For sure, but I really wanted to get on here. Okay, I'm trying to not look at that and look at this. Is this done yet, you guys? I feel like I want to do more. I do want to do more, but I feel like I'm getting to the point in the video where it's about to get long, if it's not already too long for you guys. And yeah, I'm liking the balance. I do want to add more, but I'm trying to decide how much I want to put you guys through. Because we got through the layering portion, and that's the portion I really wanted to show you guys, just because that's what I got the most questions on when I did the last page. That was a little similar that you guys saw. I'm putting this here because I like it going over all of these layers, even though it's touching the pink and it's yellow. I feel like it's okay because it's a small portion. I'm gonna go ahead and glue the stars down while I think. Might have to cut it off though. I do like the page as it is. I feel like it definitely could be called done how it is. I just like to be crazy with my embellishments and do more than this. I want enamel dots. Just realized that. Maybe I'll do enamel dots and call it done. Would that be a happy medium? I definitely could keep going, I'll tell you guys. But I don't want you guys to sit through me figuring out how to do my crazy embellishments just because I want to do more. I always want to do more. Cannot get this glue off, oh my gosh. Scissors. Oh, okay, let me get the stars down and just look at it and see if I can find some enamel dots. Nope. Okay, before I move this, I'm gonna explain why I'm about to move it. I put it up a little high and there's a little snippet of this green paper in the arm of that star, and that's driving me crazy automatically. I have to scooch this down the ittiest bit so I don't see that. Yeah. That was gonna drive me crazy. Okay, really quick, do I have any enamel dots that can go? I have some Heidi Swap, but none of them are the same green. I do have this aqua-ish one that could work. I like that actually. I wish I had two colors to use though, not just one, but I might just use all of those aqua-ish ones. I do have these tealy ones from Gingham Farms left over, and I do have some navy, but I don't think it's close enough. I think if they were more navy, maybe. Do have some blue there, but they're not really the right blue, and the yellow is not the right yellow. Nope. Okay. Some triangles. Why am I going for triangles? I never go for triangles. There is a navy-ish blue here that I could use with these triangles, but I'm leaning more towards just using the dots. I got those triangles on another page that you will see coming up along with those arrows. So if you're wanting me to use the triangles and the arrows, I will, just not on this one. Okay, I like the tealy ones. I'm gonna pop them right. Usually I like overlapping them onto the paper areas, but I kind of like how they look on the pink. Billy got excited again. Is that him for real, Billy, or are you lying again? Sir, you lying? I have my blinds down because I don't want people looking at me talking to myself. But it's hard for him to tell when a car goes by if it's him or not. I think he goes more on the sound of Marcus's truck where do I want this enamel dot? I want middle-sized ones. Why couldn't we get the middle size in this color too? There's 3 large ones and 2 small ones and none in the middle size. And I really want some in the middle size. Ooh. I have a small size I can put over here, but then we'll be left with the big dots to do in the small section. I'm not about that. Oh, my stomach just growled really loud again. Stick it down there for a second. I really just want to use a small one up here, but then it's going to be one large one by itself over here. What is happening? I don't want to use 2 big ones right next to each other. I mean, this is 3 and this is 3, like 2 stars and an enamel dot and 1 star and 2 enamel dots. So I could, I don't know what I'm doing. What if I just do 1 small one up here and then I'll just have a big one left over to use another time? I can't get it off my finger now. Let go. Okay. I want you to go over the white maybe, so you can really see it. Is that enough? It's still looking too plain for me, you guys. I still want to add more. I'm gonna leave this here for you guys. I think it's good enough to call done. If I add more, I will post it in the comments at some point on the Facebook group. Because I really want to stamp and I really want to get a flare and I really just want more layers. But I think this is a good stopping point for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have fun with the rest of the challenges. Get those mood boards done. I am so excited about these mood boards. She picked some great ones. So yeah, for everyone else who is seeing this later on, you should come join Mercy Tiara's 27-day challenge because we have a group of amazing, talented, supportive people, and I love them so, so much. So if you're seeing this later, after it is released officially on YouTube, come and play with us because we are really cool people. Anywho, thanks guys for watching. Bye.